of these betas for XPlane. I don't actually know if VR is past. What am I trying to say? I don't know if VR is implemented in 11.2 final, and that's just 11.20 final because right now we're on beta 5. Well, I'm on beta 4, but they're on beta 5 if you're not a Steam nub. And the VRs all work beautifully on the betas, but there's glitches every now and then, and we just saw one. I was halfway to San Fran and shit fucked me, so. Oh well, that's the name of the game. We'll continue on. What time is it? It's 1:20 my time. And das is okay. Let me make sure I'm flying right. Oops. I'm looking at my phone to make sure that I'm streaming right. Hey, there I am. Cool. Alright, so let's get back in the sky where I belong. Let me get set. My doggo's okay. She's looking at me like I'm fucking weird because I'm talking to the air. Alright. Yeah, this is the main menu for VR, by the way. We got a nice cafe 747, and then we have a 737. That's actually the plane I've been flying. And a bunch of other props that I'm not a fan of props. I don't know. I'm not a fan of props. Maybe once I start flying IRL I will be, but in this game I'm not. So this is the main menu anyway. We're in a hangar and I get this little stand. Normally it's pretty eye level, but how Steam has my shit fucked, yeah, it's fucked. And I cuss a lot, so sorry, I don't care. Not changing. Let me go ahead and show you the settings before we go. In order to get the joystick settings for our controllers, we have to have VR enabled, and in order to enable it, you have to go to settings and then go to VR hardware, and there's this nice little checkbox. And then we have a mouse cursor, and it'll show me where my mouse is actually at, so I can use my mouse, but that's confusing. Two more things right here. Realistic yoke and ergonomic yoke. Ergonomic yoke works as if it were an Airbus stick. So you can just sit here, you point at it, and then you just move it up, down, left, right, and you don't actually have to pull anything. But I'm a Boeing person, so I'd rather do that. And latch means I don't have to hold the button, but that's not realistic for me. Anyway, once VR is enabled, you can mess with the joysticks. I also have a HOTAS X that I don't use. You can fully customize it. I mean, oops. God damn it. You can fully customize it. So like I said, I have my triggers as my brakes. My left controller, yeah. Okay. Normally it should be on yaw. There we go. So I have my yaw controls because I don't have any feet pedals. I actually have a G27, but I can't get it to work, the pedals in this game. At least, so the rudder's not permanently in left or right the entire time. But anyway. So, oh, I mean, user profile is probably why it's not. There it is. So that's fine. You can set profiles, and I have one defaulted here. So yeah, let me just make sure I'm on beta 4 so I'm not lying. Yep, beta 4. It's been pretty smooth. I heard beta 5's a lot easier, but again, us Steam people get fucked. So let's see. Where do I want to fly from now? You know what? Let's just fly from Las Vegas to LAX. That's my #1 route I fly simply because it's a quick 40-minute hop, and the transition point for the SID and the star is HEC, H-E-C. It's the exact same. So as soon as I get to HEC, I'm back in the star. So it's actually perfect, perfectly aligned. Starting dark, and let's make sure I start on a ramp so I don't start dark on the runway. All right, 10:24 local. Weather. Let's see. Updated 5 minutes ago, but let's go ahead and refresh it. What are we doing with? It's 2.99 there. I'll have to reset that. We got some... Oh, okay, cool. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, so 5-knot winds at 110, 315, nothing I need to really worry about. I took off here a couple days ago, I think it was last week, and I was getting 30-knot crosswinds just taking off. That was rough. And it was funny because I had a coworker who came back to Atlanta from Las Vegas the next day, and I asked him, hey, how was the weather there? He was like, dude, that plane was rough taking off. I was like, it was actually kind of cool because I got to correlate what I learned in the game and how to take off in a crosswind with his experience. And I was telling him how I had to give it, extra rudder. And he was like, dude, it was just rough all around. The plane was turning ways it shouldn't have. So it was cool to be able to take this game, simulator, and correlate it with real life. And I don't like calling this a game because it really isn't. It's a learning tool for me. So, for whatever reason, how Steam has my room area set up, I'm facing this way, and it's a nice little runway. There's a threshold, and then there's the runway, and then there's the loading screen. Almost 180 degrees behind me. So, anyway. I'm just going to go ahead and drink my coffee. So, anyway. I'm going to go ahead and drink my coffee. Oh, you're probably going to get feedback. Yep, you're getting feedback. My bad. All right. We're going to be starting this playing Cold and Dark. Like my coffee.
Status. Okay.
Ooh,
Software.
Get out of here.
Version 1.8.0. Part number 3.3.1.8.
Cool.
Active.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead and go to my plugins menu. Turn on Avi tab. Yeah, it's giant when I first start, but that's okay because I actually am going to put that right there. Let's do routes. I know my route, but I just want to see what this is going to give me. I always take the... Shit, give me a second. Fuck, why can't I think of the SID? I don't know, but it's something with the heck transition, and then I go to River 3 with the river transition. I'll know it when I boot up the plane. Actually, let's go ahead and get ground on. Alright. So turn on my DC for my battery, turn on standby power, but I'm on background, so it's okay. Turn off my panel, and let's get my IRS aligned. My left and my right. Go ahead and exit out of the FMC, and now I'll be able to show you how the FMC works. So IRS, like I said, it's essentially using, I believe it's satellites to get a 3D picture of where I'm at based off of my GPS. Usually it takes I think 7 to 10 minutes for the IRSs to warm up and actually grab everything, but there's a setting in here. Let me show you. Short. So I can either do a real time, long time, or short for the align time for the IRS, and of course I'm always going to pause at touchdown. Why would I want to pause at touchdown? Sorry, I'm always going to want to do short because I need to get up in the air quick. Let's go ahead and turn, god damn it, board on, and there's the noises. Cool. So go to FMC, don't need the ident page, go to the position initialization, KLAS, ref, I don't care about the gate. So when these boxes come up and set IRS pause position, that means you can use the GPS. I use the left because... Damn, you're annoying.
Once you make your way towards the back of the
use the left because the backup gauges use the left IRS, so it just keep everything nice. You press it to copy it to the clipboard, and then click there, and boom, there it is. You'll see these. There they are. They popped up. Cool. So KLAS to KLAX. 2442, because that's the number I always say when I'm using pilot to ATC. I'm not going to fill out runway co-route, but I am actually, because it's going to be 26 right. Oh, whatever. This is using a really old AKIS. Not like they switched runways, but okay. I need to reduce my fuel. That is way too much fuel to be carrying. I don't want any in my center tank. Perfect. Okay. Full wings, none in my tank. Or center. Center of gravity, reserves will now be 5. Cost index is 69. LOL. Flight level, I'll do 28. Because by the time we get there, we're going to end up having to descend anyway. I don't need to worry about any of that. Hit N1 limits. Outside air temperature is 23 degrees Celsius, so it's probably like, damn. What are you doing, dog? So 23 is like what, 80 something? Cool. 26K is my maximum engine rating, so 99.9% thrust. 26, so that's my maximum. And if I click this, which is already selected. That means it will use 100% of the thrust available, or I can derate, and I'm actually going to derate to the lowest, so 22,000. I think that's thrust. 26,000 pounds thrust, 22,000 pounds thrust. Derate is the same thing as on Airbuses. I believe it is called Flex 45, Flex 40, meaning the temperature outside. It's the same thing. I'm just going to be derating. So that means at takeoff, that's what the 2 is. I'm going to be derating to 22,000 pounds of thrust. And to climb out, I'll go to maximum. So if I'm reducing my thrust, I'm going to need more lift. I'll go to 10 flaps today. Normally 15 would be good, but there's a certain point in the flaps where it creates more drag than lift, and 10 is the sweet spot I find for this. So center of gravity is going to be 24%. Go ahead and trim it down to 3. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. At the very top of that green. And I look like an idiot doing this, but whatever. And that's the funniest part about VR. I look like an idiot doing this all together. But it's okay. So that's set our 1, 2, 3. So V1 is 125, VR is 126. That's hilariously low. Like, that's really low. I'm going to be doing almost probably 140. I'll be rotating. Maybe 135. I'll do it at V2. That's what I'll do. Okay, so let's turn back to the Abby tab. Get some air conditioning in for them. Oops, there we go. Sorry, guys. Okay. Let's do KL. I want to see what this gives me for a route, but I already know it. Oh my God. KLAS. Boom. Okay. KLAX. No. It's okay. I give this thing a break because it's kind of cool. Generate. It's cool that I can do it in game. I don't have to keep taking off my HMD. My nerd down. I said HMD. Turn your dampener on. Approach 6 departure. That's what it was. And it wants me to do a Zibo 2. No, I'm ignoring that star, and I'll show you why. TMP, that's fine. Okay, cool. So now I did this for a reason, because now I'm going to come back to the takeoff, or to the FMC, and I'll hit departure. And there's boat 6. I knew boat 6, I was going to do it anyway, and it wants me to go to TNP. I like the heck transition better. I think it's a little bit more southward. So, now, heck, there we go. Route, activate, execute. Okay, cool. So, I'm going to completely ignore what this is telling me, and for this flight, I'm not going to be using AviTab at all, but it's pretty cool. I like it. Just going to put this back there. Grab my little iPad. Show map. Alrighty. And here we are. Cool. So next step is going to departure arrival. And normally you would go to legs, go to next page and then put in your waypoints, or your direct, your waypoints to get to the next, or to the airport star. However, the transition between the sit and the star from LAS to LAX is the exact same as heck, and you'll see here, arrival. We will be coming in at runway 24 right. We're going to be doing the... Okay, so I chose the runway, so it narrowed down my star. We're going to be doing the River 3, and there's the heck transition. Boom. I didn't say PGS, I said heck. That's just where to start aligning it on the star. And then the approach, I'm also going to do a river. It's just going to line me up nice and easy that way. Hit execute. Now we'll go to legs. And the coolest part is you can go through. Usually after heck is where there would be a discontinuity, so you'd have to start entering in everything. If you did both your sit and your star, it would leave a gap in there so you could enter in your waypoints. However, you can see here there is no discontinuity because heck is where we need to go. So everything initially looks good. I'm going to be checking my altitudes. So below 7,000, there it is. Can you tell I fly this often? 251, 255, 255, 255, good. Cool. So just to show you guys what I would do next is I would go into plan mode and I would zoom in a little bit more. Dog, what are you doing? Sit. Good girl. Sorry. She's a Belgian Malinois. She's actually probably the least hyper Malinois I've ever seen in my life, but she does get antsy every now and then. Okay, anyway, so zoom in. I should zoom out. Hit step, and then it'll go to each waypoint. Okay, and this is where I like going out a little bit, because there's the Boch. There's the heck transition, and then there starts the star, and then there's all the stars, and the airport. Cool. So go back to map, zoom out a little bit, we can turn auto throttle on, flight directors on. Heading will be 255 when we take off, and we'll be landing on a, I believe it is a 251, so that works out. Cool. Let's go ahead and, okay, so let's segment everything out. I've just completed the pre-trip. Everything looks good, and based on now, our arrival time will be 1818 Zulu, so just about 45 minutes, but I'll check that again when I get to the runway because it'll be updated. So let's keep it on legs for now. Let's go ahead and tell them to fucking sit down. Turn on our aft fuel pump number 1 so I can get the APU started. Hold that. All right. Looking for my low oil pressure. That means it's spinning up. Sit down! Oh, my dog probably said, "I'm so sorry." Sorry, Luna. She probably thought that was for her. Okay, I can hear it booting up. That's good. Looking really right there. My EGTs. 600, 700. It'll bump down to about, I think, 5,600, and that's when I can... This is just warming it up. I don't have to do anything right now. Cool. Okay, let's go ahead and test all the lights, make sure everything works. Yes. Cool. Alrighty. Cool. We're at... I thought I had to test something up here. Okay, let's just pretend I did all that. Let's go ahead and... can't do my flight systems yet, my hydraulics are on. Okay, that's good. I got my APU bus on. Turn on, turn on. Yeah, cool. So we got AC going. Alright, let me go ahead and shut this door so I don't have to hear him anymore. Let me go ahead and turn on my wheel well lights. I'm not going to blind anybody with the taxi, but we are ready to go. So let me turn the TCAS on. I shouldn't do that until I'm out by the runway, but I don't care. Let's go ahead and turn on the anti-collision, and let's go ahead and get a pushback.
Push cart coming.
Yeah. Cool. And there it is. Let me go ahead and Captain welcome message.
All right, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
Shanker. All right, where's this card at? Yeah, sit back, relax. Because somebody without a pilot's license and a single pilot's about to fly this thing. You're fine. You don't need a pilot's license. Cool. So the plan now is wait for the cart to come here. As soon as I'm on a pushback, I'll start engine 2. Once both engines are on, I'll set the flaps, set the auto, or take the RTO on for the auto brakes. I can go ahead and turn the window light on. I'm trying to do this all in sequence. Unfortunately, the jetways don't move, but we'll pretend it does. Cool. We're almost there. And by almost, I mean nowhere near it, but that's okay. Hello? I would use better pushback, but it's not good for VR. Cool. Okay, I'm going to test the flight systems before I do anything. I promise you this time. I'm still going to forget. Watch it. There he is. All right. Go to manual brakes. Again, using the inner triggers.
Here we go.
All right. Let's go ahead and turn the air AC packs off. Turn the fuel pumps on. Oh, now center, don't need it. And start engine 2. We have good spin up.
All right, see you next time.
Thank you. Trying to get the safety brief to play. There it is. The sounds are activated by various switches within the plane, and that's just how the sound pack is wired to work. So sometimes you just gotta flick some switches for it to work. 29, we are good. Introduce fuel. I should have been watching, but that's okay. Oil pressure's going up. Good spin up. Oil temp rising. We're good to go. Wait for that thing to flick off. Turn on continuous and turn the second one on. Good spin up. And today I'm taking off on runway 25 right. It's actually 26 right, but shh. And it is actually right there. So I'm just going to be doing a nice little turn this way and ba 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 there. Cool. 25%. Introduce some fuel. Oil pressure rising. Cool. Wait for it to flick. I'm not turning on the generators until fully on. Turn off the APU, turn on the air bleed, turn on the air packs, and turn on the hydraulics. And just like that, we're good to go. Let's go ahead and set the flaps to 10. And like I promised, testing out the flight systems. Okay, so good left, good right, good. Rudder. I'm just using my stick. Cool. We're good. Set my RTO. Yeah, let's go ahead and turn on the taxi lights. I don't know which set of lights you're actually supposed to do for taxiing, but I'm just going to turn on my fixed. And cool. So double check everything since I'm a single pilot. Yes, yaw dampeners on, fuel pumps are on, lights are on, generators are on. Continuous, fasten seatbelts, air's on, pit out doesn't need to be on yet, air packs are on. Aha! Cabin pressurization. I always forget that. I told you in the first time, I forget it, but I didn't forget it this time. Because mental checklists are a great thing. And that AviTab thing would actually be great, and I could have a checklist for the 737. But I just got that thing working this morning, so I'm not going to push it too much. Cool. We are ready to get out of here. So, when in Rome, let's get the fuck out of here. Do a nice little spin around. Now, when I left the first time this morning, I was on a line of like 3 planes. I was so happy. I actually took off right after a 737. So I actually had a caution wake turbulence. It was really fucking cool. But of course, I'm not that blessed today. I could probably actually do it somehow, but that's okay. I think either using this tablet right here, or you can actually get a app on your iOS device. I think it's just actually iPad, and it logs into the game, and you can actually use it as an iOS station, which is an instructor station. You can modify all kinds of flight stuff, but yeah, I'm not going to do that because I can't actually use it, hence that. Which, this is actually native, and that's really cool that they put it in here. At first I thought it was the most useless thing in the world, but it's actually pretty useful. Okay. Alright, let's run through some last minute checks. Yeah. Really, I'm concerned not about this. The plane's rolling, so we're good at this point. I'm concerned about this, so let's turn my... I did it again. Turn my speed off. Perfect. Going a little fast. I'm going to go on that taxiway because I think I'm on the inbound taxiway. I don't know if that's an actual thing, but I know when you're taxiing to a runway, you should use the one closest. I'm just rotating the wheel. Coolest fucking thing in the world. Let's give it some more gas. Sorry, JP8. Just kidding. It's the civilized version of JP8. Let's go ahead and turn the wing light on.
5 minutes for takeoff, please.
So that has on. Whatever. Why? Oh. So the auto throttle won't work if one engine is spooled up more than the other. Makes sense. Not gonna stop here. I will stop short of the runway. And my V1 for me, or VR for me, is going to be 138. That's what I'm officially gonna say. Just because when I take off at what the plane generates in the FMC, I'm always stalling on my way up, and I don't like that. So just holding short. I'm actually a little ahead, but that's okay. Clear left, clear right. Some throttle, lights on, turn off. Lights are on. Cool. We are pretty much good to go. Runway 26 right confirmed. And see, that's what I was telling you. The FMC thinks I'm taking off 25 right, but this is 26 right. So either the game's not updated or the AirX isn't updated. Anyway, time to go. Stereo cockpit.
Knots. V1, rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate.
Gear up. And this is the problem with single pilot flying. That's okay.
400. $1,000.
I don't know why VNAV won't turn on yet. That's fine. I'm still controlling. Or I decided to control.
1,000 to go.
Okay, so my next altitude constraint is, or not constraint, 10,000, or really that's, the next one is above 13,000. Really, I'm just going to go up to 280. Remember, this is just setting the constraint for the plane, at least in my opinion. Or not my opinion, my knowledge. I don't know why RNAV, or VNAV's not working. Let me stop. Okay, so at Boach I gotta be at or above, or 13,000. Forgot because I'm doing it. Normally, plane is doing it. I gotta set my own. That is so fucking weird. Okay, so plane's good for now. I'm going to try to diagnose this VNAV. Let me wait till I'm about 10,000. Sorry I haven't been able to show you guys the scenery, but up to 10,000 it really needs to be a stereo cockpit. Alright. Then throw back all the lights. Fuck off. Alright, cool. Now we can start focusing a little bit. I can talk a little bit more. I don't know why the fuck VNAV's not working. That is very, very strange. LNAV's working, which is good. But usually it has something to do with the I didn't set something. Normally that's what it means. So now I can go ahead and turn it to 273. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but I put the, or when I set the takeoff thrust, I pinned it and then I immediately hit N1, which actually backed it down a couple percent. Because that's what I said when I took it off. I derated it down to 22,000 and then moved it to max thrust for climbing, which is why it's hitting it right now. So I've got to figure out why. I don't think it would have anything to do with this up here. That's fucking weird. Alright. That's okay. I really don't need it. I can manage it on my own. I've done this route plenty of times. What the hell's going on with the helicopter out there? Not my problem. The head transition 280.83. Okay. forgot to set the pressure, whatever. See what the ATIS is in LAX. Ah, this is driving me insane. What did I forget to do? I don't think I forgot. It has to be something with this. I don't know what it is. It's fine though, I don't really need it. I'll just have to tell the mechanics when we land and switch to another plane. Actually, that's not my call, but normally at this point I'd probably call company and be like, yo, shit's broke, fix it. But I can't, so it's okay. That is frustrating. Oh well, whatever. Just go ahead and enjoy the view. And again, this is pretty much live weather updated, so that's pretty cool. Live updated weather. I cannot speak clearly. Clearly. Alright, let's see what we're looking at though. LAX 1830 Zulu, so just over 30 minutes. I'll have 10... almost 13 gallons reserve, and I said 5, so that's actually okay. We will get there, the top of the climb, in just over a minute. It's right there reflective. Let's go ahead and zoom out. Okay. So the fact that VNAV's not working is more or less just means I have to be a bit more involved. That's okay. I'm always involved as a pilot, right? Oops. So, anyway, these little blue lines are the airways. And Heck is right there, so I'll be taking this straight down here, and then right after Heck I'll be deviating a little bit to the south and then going on my own path because I'll be on a star. So, yeah. Guess we'll just sit back and relax a little bit. I think what I'll actually do is go ahead and see what the ILS freak is for KLAS. I think I know this by now, but I honestly thought it was 1085, but yeah, it's 1085, but I've been finding it's not working that well. Or maybe I'm just not capturing the blast right. But at least the should be able to, I've always been able to capture the load glide, so that's good. Captured at least at 10,000 feet, so that's good. Okay, so right before jet side, I should be able to capture it. And again, I should know that by now, but whatever. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Right here, 146, 2200 or above, I should be able to capture it. However, I'm going to start getting the pings at 10,000 from Skull. I'm actually a little bit back before that, so that's pretty cool. It just gives me another degree of accuracy I can ensure. Oh, cool, we don't have any kind of wind right now. In fact, what are we looking at on here? Yeah, 5 knot wind, that's nothing. Ground speed is 468. Airspeed is 310. Cool. Look at those clouds. Again, VR amazing. Look at those clouds. It's a perfect day for flying. Picking up. Just realized that was on, but it never started, so. And the EGT was 0, so it's fine. Wow, cool. Shadow made it look like I know it won, but whatever. 251 approach. Go ahead and set that right there too. Damn. Take it back, I want to see my FPS. 32. Let's say it looks a little too smooth. When's the game gonna crash? Alright, heck is in 2 minutes. And then I'll be on the star. And you can see right there. Pressurize the cabin all at 42,000, but that's just because it's a bitch going backwards. I'm already up here. I'm not gonna fuck with the pressurization. Switch over here. So I've been to Las Vegas once, but again, that was from Atlanta. I've never been more west than Las Vegas. So I've never seen the desert aside from Las Vegas, which I didn't see any. I've never really seen this kind of landscape, and I know this isn't fully drawn out, and there's probably towns and cities down there, or maybe not, but damn. This just helps me try to figure out what it's really like. And like, I fly into Las Vegas and LAX and San Fran and all those cool airports, and never been there in real life. I am going to Alaska later this year, though. And I'm doing, what am I doing for that? Going up to SeaTac. In fact, I need to buy the ticket. It's currently sitting on my tab right now. But yeah, that'll be really cool. I'll probably actually fly that in-game a couple times first, just to see how accurate I can pinpoint and see what all goes on and whatnot. And I'm such an aviation nerd, I actually have live ATC app on my phone. So on the ground, I like listening to the controllers and see if I can hear our plane requesting. I think United is the one that allow you to actually listen to the to an in the plane. I think Delta now, Lufthansa. I went to Germany a couple of years ago. I think one of their airplanes, Air France, they let me listen to it. I think that's so cool. I'm assuming that's California because I see green. I think I'm well into California by now. Actually, I know I am, but that's okay. Let's take a look outside. chemtrails! And I'm just, if you use your stick, you can move around, and then it's actually interesting because you need the stick to start pointing, but then you can, if you point like backwards, it does your which way you're facing. So if I wanted to face forward, but further back on the plane, I'd pull back on the stick and point to where I want to go, and now I'm facing forward. That's just a bunch of nonsense. I can barely hear myself think. Alright, I need to start paying attention because top of descent's right here. Where am I going down to? Flight level 2210. See how it takes fucking forever. 10. Still doesn't fucking work. Okay, I will back it off to 280. I don't need to yet. Simply because top descent's right there, but decell's right there. Alright, I'm going to go to my program page so I can look for top descent, and as soon as I get to it, I will activate my vertical profile. And in order to establish it, I'm actually just going to use the scroll wheel and watch for that little arc on this screen so I can know exactly where I need to be for each. You can actually discard what I just said and go to legs because I need to be at 310 and 30 miles. So right there, I need to be at 210. Below, at or below 210. So if that's the case, I'm actually just going to go ahead and down to 15,000. Simply because I need to be at 14,000 or above by the time I hit Russet. So I wonder if it beeps at me when I hit top descent. Have to find out. Oh, damn. Alright, I hit it. I think we'll just do a nice little, I don't know, 1,800 feet, back it out. Nope. Well, remember, this is set to 15,000, so really I'm going to go back up to 21, because I need to be at or below 21 at, what is that, gram, so I can adjust it, so I'm at 21,000 right before it. And remember, I'm actually going to be backing off my speed here soon, so that's going to change along with it, but then I'll go ahead and move this to 15,000. So I set the descent profile so I'm at least at where I need to be by gram. As soon as I hit decel, I'll dial it back though, and I'll have to probably reconfigure everything. That's okay. That light is telling me I'm on scheduled descent, so the pressurization is starting to come down a bit. Wow, my frames are incredible right now. What am I at? 2830 still. And there's the clouds I've been looking for. Not the ocean, damn. Alright. -3, I don't really need to worry about the payload tube. I've got to figure that out. Alright, I'm going to start my decel now. Alright, I'm slowing. Otherwise I was going to use my speed brake, but God, we are hauling. And that is perfect. Perfect gap right in between, so I don't even have to fly through the clouds. Incredible. Alright, Russet. Where do I need to be at? 14,000 or above. I have this so. Alright, it's time to adjust this a little bit. Actually, I don't need to go that steep. I do need to be at or below 21,000 here soon, so let me go ahead and readjust it. Perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and go down to, let's just step down a more even pattern, so we'll go to 18,000. It wants me at Russet at 15,000. Damn. Man, I can try to do a fucking 3,500 feet a second. That is too. No, I don't feel comfortable with that. That is stupid. Okay, I'm gonna pull the speed brake. I'm just going a little too fast for my comfort right now. Just to get to 280. Ew, it's foggy. Alright. Okay, I'm at 20,000. 21,000, that's fine. And then at Russet, it wants me at 15,000. Okay, so really, I need to be at or above 14,000 in, what, 12, 13 miles? That's definitely doable. So let's go ahead and set this to 15. I think we can do a little bit steeper. 14. I think it's going to need a little drag. And if you notice, when I scroll off the screen of the iPad, how it doesn't show the map for everything, it only shows what it's currently loaded. So if you just click home and then go back to show map, it'll reload the map for the current scenery. It took me forever to figure that out. Alright, what did I say it was? 1085? Oh yeah, let's check the A car. 2995. Not too off. Okay, so at or above 14,000. Still don't work. At or above 14,000, but the next one needs to be below 12,000. So, goddamn, this is steep. Alright, we're good right now. Yep, we're good. And remember, Jet says where I... Oh, obviously that's where I need to start intercepting the iOS, but I should be hearing it way before then. That turns on the Morse code. I don't know Morse code, and I probably need to in order to learn it, but...
1,000 to go.
Alright, now we can reset it for 10. And let's see, I need to be at or above 10,000 by Jacob. Oh yeah, easy. But I need to slow to 250 here soon. Let's go ahead and ask it to oblige. Just because it's going to take me a second to actually get there. Cool. And descending through the clouds. I cannot believe my frames right now. It's rare if I ever get above 30. It was beeping because it found another ILS frequency from another airport somewhere around here. I shouldn't even be hearing it until about 10,000. So in about 7 to 8 miles. We can actually stretch this out a little bit more. We don't need to be descending this quick. By Skull, so yeah, I can actually do a nice little descent path here. And look at that, we're already at 250, pull the speed brake back, and it's going to fuck me over a little bit, that's okay. Beautiful. And that 3-degree glide slope, that's this little dial right here, that's the angle of attack. I need to be at 3 degrees by the time I'm on final for runway 26 right? 24 right, definitely 24 right. I could theoretically still be at 280, but there's no point in going fast. That's when I start fucking up. Cool. Back in real air temperature. See all these airports around here? It was just the ILS was just picking up one of those, or rather the radio was. I wonder what light that is. I don't know. I don't know what I can do.
1,000 to go.
Cool. Let's do it 10-1 so I don't have to turn all the lights on and shit like that. Alright, 2 miles, we'll reset. It's to 9. No! Hold it. There we go. Alright. Now we can go down the mountain.
$1,000 to go.
All right, I see ocean. Don't see the runway yet, but I see ocean. All right, there it is. That is the iOS beep letting me know I am on the correct path. That sounds like KLAX to me. But how I really know is the fact that I'm heading 251, our approach course is 251, and my localizer is perfect. This little arrow here is my glide scope, which means I am going down pretty good. What do I need to be at? Above 8,000, so I'm going to actually go ahead and set to 7. And watch, when that diamond gets roughly perfect with our the attitude indicator, I'll turn on the approach and just let iOS guide us in. I think I see the runway, but my graphics were shit, so. So what we could actually do is, we're not there yet. Alright, almost there. I just don't want it to pitch up unnecessarily. Good enough for me. Alright. Glide slope locked on. Localizer locked on. We are locked on. Let's slow this baby down to 220. It's not beeping because I turned off the button, but it's locked on. And to confirm that, watch this arrow. I'm not even controlling the vertical descent right now, which is how I know the glide slope is on. But we are starting to go down, and it's following the arrow perfectly. We are good to go. So I need to be at 2,270 miles. I'm going to go ahead and slow to 210. It's having a hard time. So I'm going to introduce some flaps to it, just deep flap. Perfect. Red you don't want to be, that's overspeed, and that's a little margin of error. Don't see runway yet. Keeping eye on the prize. I am going to go ahead and put in some air brake though. And I'm just going to drop my ascent or descent, but the computer adjusted it using trim. So that way I'm keeping the same vertical descent, but my horizontal will slow down. Alright, we are 20 miles out. Looks about right. I can go ahead and release that. I'll actually speed back up to 220. It's really not going to do anything more. This I don't need anymore. I just don't want it in my way. Still don't have the field in sight, but that's okay. We're still 18 miles out. And we are on the glass side. Cool. Probably should turn that on, 5,000 feet ago, but that's okay. Where's the traffic at? We're fine. Okay, I'm going to start slowing this thing down because I'm worried about our vertical descent path. Not worried, I'm just... I might have to take over here in a moment. $13 nautical miles, 15 nautical miles. Oops. Six through 12. Okay, yeah, that adds up. I'm just making sure the distance from Jetsa to the runway equals my DME. And there it is. I see 1, 2, 3, 4. I do need drag, but I'm not going to put down the landing gear for another 3 miles. We have no winds. Well, we do, but it's 4 knots, 5 knots is fine. Okay, I take back what I said. I think we're going to be okay. At or above 2200 Jetsa, and our vertical path looks to be right. I think I can do a Yep. And give it a little bit more drag. Overspeed, fuck. Okay. That is fine because I have the runway in sight, so we'll put the gear down.
2,500.
Go ahead and slow down to 180. A little bit to the left, but that's okay. Taxi lights, wing lights. What is going on? No. Okay. I don't know what just happened there. All we did was turn on some lights. That's okay. We got it in sight now. We can pretty much just fly this thing in manually. Oh, it lost the ILS frequency. That's weird. Still have my DME, so that's good. Oops, flight direction. Okay, maybe it's... Now it's correcting itself. No, it's not. I think I know that's the problem, but that's okay. Go ahead and introduce some 25.
1,000.
Light slow.
Yeah,
1,000
whatever.
feet, stabilized, missile approach altitude set.
Light slow. Light slow.
It says I'm
Light
below.
Light slow. 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 Wide slope. Wide slope. Wide slope.
Approaching minimums. 100.
Continue.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Not necessarily butter, but that will do.
Knots.
Welcome to LAX. Wasn't the smoothest landing at all. Actually, that was probably one of the bumpiest, but that's okay. Considering that ILS was about to completely fuck me over. I am okay with that. Clear, clear. Yeah, we're still on the runway. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I'm pretty sure it had something to do with the channel I was on. That's the part of the landing system I'm not 100% familiar with, simply because I haven't looked into it that much. But when I was changing it to channel 22, that pretty much aligned me with where I needed to go, but about, I think it was 6 miles before the runway, it gave me a hard bank to the left. I'm not quite sure where it wanted me to go, so a little rough, but that's why you gotta always pay attention. Wasn't really happy with my glide slope coming in either, but I'll have to go back and see how I did. Go ahead and turn on the APU, turn it continuous off, wait for the light. There it is. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. My first landing here was fine, but then again, I don't know what happened with my VNAV. It was even stranger, but that's okay. I'm just gonna find a nice empty gate to park in and park the bitch. Little brake action. There's the APU. Turn off the collision, turn off the wing, turn the generator on to APU. Alright, we're still going a little fast. I should park there, damn it. Let's go park right here. I always try to park at the same gate, but it's okay. Pretty sure this is like a 747 or a 787. Alright, slow this down. We can go ahead and turn off. And we're in LAX. Turn off the hydraulics. Turn on the bleed so we can keep getting air conditioning. Turn off the fasten seatbelt side. Turn off window heat. Turn off the yaw dampener. Open it up. And welcome to LAX. Turn off all of our lights too. Don't want to whine the grounds people.
Prepare for arrival and cross check, thank you.
That's late, but okay. Damn, I'm hungry. I need to eat. IRL. Cool. Let's just pretend that's over here. Everybody's leaving. My engine's off yet? Just about. I think the left one is still spinning a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Cool. We're here. Let me go ahead and show you how to turn off the plane totally. Turn on ground power, APU off, bleed off, air off. Turn the packs off. Let me turn off the sound so I'm completely don't lose motion. And everybody's off the plane. Cool. So double checking everything. Lights are off. Those are off. Everything's off. Turn off the fuel pumps. Seatbelt signs are off. Cabin air is off. Hydraulics are off. Turn off the IRS. Turn off ground power. We're on battery. Standby off. 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 Fuck it. Normally, this is supposed to turn, but I'm guessing this is one of those new glitches. See if I can... Okay, well anyway, this switch is supposed to be flipped. Flip that, and the plane goes dark. I don't know why this won't turn off. I could just let the battery run down. That'd be pretty cool. Ah, this thing's really glitching out. Okay, whatever. We're parked. Cool. I'm gonna go eat. And yeah. Oh, and hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, subscribe, do whatever everybody else says.